Depression. It's a word we hear a lot, but for so many people, it's still surrounded by silence and misunderstanding. I want to talk about it, openly, honestly, and without shame. Depression isn't just feeling sad or having a bad day. It can feel like a heavy fog, making even simple things like getting out of bed feel impossible. You might lose interest in things you once loved or feel numb, disconnected, or even hopeless. And sometimes it feels like you're completely alone in it. But you're not alone. Millions of people live with depression, and believe me, it doesn't care who you are or where you come from. It's not a weakness or a character flaw, it's a real medical condition, and it deserves real compassion and care. Talking about depression is hard, but breaking the silence is the first step to healing. If you're struggling, it's okay to reach out to friends, family, or a mental health professional. You deserve support and understanding, not judgment. And if someone you care about seems down or distant, check in with them. Sometimes just knowing someone cares can make a huge difference. There's hope. With the right help, things can and do get better. Recovery isn't a straight line, but every step forward is worth celebrating. So let's keep the conversation going. Let's break the silence and remind each other you're not alone and you matter.
Hey everyone, my name is Jasmine and this is Wellness Solutions. Today we are talking about a very sensitive subject, and it is very sensitive to me as well because it is something that I have went through for many years of my life, and that is depression. Pat yourself on the back for even being on YouTube right now, looking for different ways to fight that depression and to come out and thrive past it and to be able to be that person that you are thriving to be. To all of you out there that feel like you may be depressed and you have not been diagnosed yet, you must get professional help from your physician first, okay? I suggest that you call your physician and you set an appointment so that you can talk to them about how you have been feeling so that they can then refer you to a psychiatrist or a counselor or someone that is going to help you through. Going to your physician to get that help is the first thing I would say do. However, doing that does take time because you have to make that appointment and then you have to get in with the doctor, and that doctor might not be available for another month or two. And so then you have to wait on the doctor, and then you have to wait on that appointment to get to the counselor. Okay, so what I'm doing is giving you a little bit of extra tools that you can add to your toolbox that you have already that will help you in the process while you are waiting on those appointments, okay? And I really hope that that is something that sticks with you. You do need someone to help you get through this. I'm telling you this from experience, okay? You need someone. So before I give you the tips, I want to educate you a little bit on depression. Now, there are two key words in the definition depression that you must remember. And those two words are act and state. When you act on something, you're putting something in motion. You're moving. There is movement happening, right? When you are in a state of something, that is more of your thought process, okay? So what that is telling me about depression is it is not only in the brain, but it is also in the body. Okay, because remember, we're on act and state. So it's in the brain, which is the state, and it is in the body, which is the act. So you are going through your everyday life and you are putting these two things in motion with depression. Okay, so instead of putting the act and state in motion with thriving or gratitude or something like that, you're putting it in motion with depression. Because everyone is different, okay? Everyone operates different. So the way depression looks from person to person is different, but there are definite similarities. And it all boils down to everybody has that one thing in common, that the depression is not only in the brain, but it is also functioning in the body. So a lot of people might say, where did all of this depression come from? And why can't I move out of it? Why is it so hard for me to change this? And I'm going to give you a few good reasons why. 2 of those reasons. Are you listening? Okay. 2 of those reasons are because of your environments in life and your experiences in those environments. Depression means to depress something means that you are pushing down. So, for instance, you might go through a traumatic situation, and whatever that is to you, some people say, well, my situation isn't as traumatic as another person's. Or no, whatever situation that was traumatizing to you. So instead of going to therapy, instead of praying over that, dealing with that, feeling that thing and trying to figure out how to heal from it, you just depressed it into your body. Instead, you pushed it down into your mind, into your body. And so now that experience is stuck in your body and in your mind, and it's hard to move. Very simple. Okay, because sometimes we just want like this magic, like sprinkle sparkle to come down and like change us and everything. And this is the sprinkle sparkle, okay? This is the list of sprinkle sparkle. And you have to understand that in order for you to begin that healing process or to increase your healing process, you have to increase your consistency with doing the work to heal. It is a day-to-day thing, I will tell you, okay? I remember when I was in such a deep depression that I didn't even want to get up. But I thank God for giving me that small glimpse of hope that my grandmother taught me as a young girl. And that hope always came back. And it was always a little light that said, hey, you got to get up from here. And I thank God for that. I thank God for always being there for me, even when I didn't have people. And that is something that I also tap into prayer and meditation. Because without prayer, without me calling on God, I don't really know where I would be. Every situation I've ever went through, I first called on God, and God saw me through that. Okay, so I would say that is first and foremost. and then call that physician. First tap into God and then you call that physician. What did we learn about today, or what did we get our friendly reminder of today? It was pretty much about the mind and the body. If you want to work on increasing your love and peace and self-control, and you want to change that depression that has been taking over your life, you are going to have to do work on the mind and the body, because they are both connected. I look forward to seeing you guys again, hearing from you guys, and like and subscribe if you would like to hear more or hear part 2 on isolation. All right, you all have a wonderful day. Bye.